Hey everybody, what's up? This is Uncle P from Super Easy Forex, and I got to tell you guys this particular topic. Uh, I've prepped more for this one than I have any other topic that I've ever done, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because this one is so important. And let me be very clear: if you're an entrepreneur, if you're trying to trade forex, stocks, options, whatever it is, if you're trying to open a restaurant, I don't care what it is, you're an entrepreneur. That means you really need to tune into every word that I'm going to be talking about today. And please take notes. Number two, I am begging you, if you know somebody who is an entrepreneur, whether they trade Forex, stocks, options, restaurant, daycares, I don't really care what it is. Get them on. Tell them to pay attention to this. I've been an entrepreneur since I was in my early 20s. So this particular topic is one of the most critical topics that never get talked about, especially in the Forex arena, especially. This one is by far one of the most important topics I'm going to cover in your Forex career. So I'm begging you to please grab something to write with, take notes. I'm going to go very in depth. I'm not going to speed through this. This may save your family. Okay. And if you're single right now, you say, well, I don't have a wife, I don't have a husband, I don't have a this or that. In case you do in the future, you still need to hear this information. So I'm begging you guys, please pay attention to what I'm about to talk about. Please take good notes. And I'm so honored to be able to do this for you guys because, again, I wish I would have had a mentor to have done this for me. Okay. Let me shut the shade to make sure it's not too much sunlight. Hold on. Well, I got a lot of sunlight coming in from over there too. Y'all give me one quick second. While you're grabbing your pen and paper, go right ahead. I'll be right there. Got a lot of sunlight coming in on the camera. Oh well, that ain't good. Just broke my vase. All right. Okay, I'll get another one. Only problem is that vase came all over. That wasn't really a vase. It was actually one of my souvenirs from Mexico. So guess what? I got to go back to Mexico and do a trip. All right, so let's get started because we got a lot to cover in a short amount of time. But before we do that, I got a couple of bullet points to go over some good things first. Whew. Number one, we got a couple of testimonies that came in from our group this week, and I'm so excited for you guys. One guy, his name is Joe, and I call him Joe C. In the group, if you're already in our Super Easy Forex family, you know I posted it up, got his permission to repost it, but he came to class. This is why I'm telling you guys, you got to get this market knowledge before you're trying to worry about trading, okay? And we're going to talk about family, negativity, and all this stuff, but I'm just giving a couple of pointers. So he came to class. He said, thank you for teaching your class on market structure. Because of your class, he won 9 trades. He took 11 trades and won 9 out of 11. So his record, just by coming to one of my classes on market structure, he is a 9-2. So thank you for that, Joe. And then number 2, I got another one this week, which is kind of strange, but it's cool. Got one this morning. Somebody also said, thank you so much for our, the type of group environment that we create, which is, if you're negative, you got to go. We want a positive environment. And as a result of that, there was a love connection that took place. So I'm not telling you to sign up and join our group so you can get a love connection, but it happens. So he sent me a picture of him and I was like, wow, that is just absolutely amazing. So I'm very grateful to God that everything that I went through in my tough journey, which is why I'm doing these free videos for you guys to constantly teach you things that I know should be taught in the Forex market, but is not. As a result of that, I'm here to give you what I didn't get so that your journey don't have to be as rough as mine. But man, that was a beautiful testimony, love connection through our group. That is just absolutely amazing. Last but not least, before we get into the topic, please, while I'm talking on these bullet points, I'm actually delaying so that you guys can get your friends and family on, entrepreneurs, whether they're, like I said, it doesn't really, because you're a Forex trader, I get that, but that means you fall in the category of entrepreneurship, working for yourself. That means anybody who is trying to be an entrepreneur need to be listening to exactly what I'm telling you today, okay? And I'm going to take my time because I'm going to save some people from a rough relationship with their friends and family, and their family from attacking them for trying to be a dreamer. It goes both ways. There's a lot to cover today, okay? But last but not least, if you haven't joined us and you're waiting for that opportunity for a holiday special, I actually put the link in the description. We do have a holiday special running right now, and don't ask me after Christmas because the answer is no. Too bad, too late. So if you're a procrastinator, that's your personal problem. You're going to miss out on the holiday discount, okay? So make sure to watch that video that I posted in its entirety, because we don't just give, a normal discount. No, you're going to be a blessing, and then we're going to double back your blessing to you. So you got to watch that video to see how it works so you can get your blessing. And I want to also say thank you to those who participated. You're making a big difference for the 50 million people who are without food right now, okay? All right. With that being said, let's get started. So one of the things that becomes a problem, and I want to throw some questions at you guys. Are you tired of trying to convince your family members that your Forex career will work out, or whatever your entrepreneurial endeavor is going to work out? Are you tired of trying to be your own personal lawyer to convince people that what you're working on is actually going to work out? Are you tired of sneaking, and this is for Forex traders or people with business, same thing, same thing. Are you tired of sneaking to try to invest money into your business or into your Forex account, especially Forex traders? You know doggone well what I'm talking about. You don't tell them how much money you put in, but you sneaking, finding creative ways to sneak and put money into your trading account because you don't want to tell your significant other or your family because you know they might talk about you. Now, I wish I was with my class because y'all know I will be sitting up there saying, type of amen in the box if you understand. So you can do it here too, because we do have to allow the chat on. Type amen in the box if you know what I'm talking about. Come on now. Tell the truth and shame the devil. You don't tell them nothing, so you're sneaking to put money in because you don't want them knowing, because you already know how they are and you know what they're going to say and you know they're going to be a discouragement. So you're sneaking to invest money into what you believe your dream is, and that is going to work out. But you can't tell them. Are you tired of it? Are you tired and frustrated with trading because they criticize, watch this, and this goes for any business, but I'm talking to Forex trader. Are you tired of those family members who will criticize every time you lose a trade? It seems like they're right there looking over your shoulder, but when you win trades, they ain't got nothing to say. So they're very critical of your losses, trying to discourage you. But then when you actually do succeed in any part of it, there's nobody to be found. And again, this topic goes for any entrepreneur. I've owned restaurants. I ran restaurant. I own my own daycare. I had a huge real estate portfolio as an entrepreneur. I've worked in and succeeded in many multi-level marketing companies. I can go down the list. I've been doing this for since I was in my early 20s. I told you guys, before I knew anything about stocks and Forex and all this other stuff, I had retired myself when I was in my early 20s. So I've been in this game for a long time and I've seen a lot, and that's why I'm coming back teaching you guys. Because no matter what you do, you're going to run into this situation when you're trying to build something that you believe in. And this is the problem. You believe in it. They don't. Type of number one if you understand what I'm saying so far. I don't want nobody lost. That's why I'm not going to rush through this video, because I'm going to help you. And I strongly suggest, because this is not to put them down either. They have a point. So I'm going to talk from both sides of the fence. So get them on, because instead of you arguing with them, they can hear it from me, a neutral party, to kind of solidify and shore up this argument that's going on in your home or within your family. Get them to listen to me, because I'm going to support them, but I'm also going to support you. See, there's two sides. Both sides have legitimate points. But because you believe in it and they don't see what you see. It's kind of like people who say, I don't believe in God. Well, why not? Because I don't see him. Well, and you know the old argument, just because you don't see air don't mean that it doesn't exist. You're breathing it now. So you see that argument, you see how that is. It's perspective issues. One person is seeing it one way, the other person is seeing it another. And because you can't see what? Eye to what? Eye, that's where the conflict comes in. Because you as an entrepreneur, you see it, but not physically. You see it in your head, but they're looking to see it with their eyes. You see it in your mind. They see it in the natural world. And because they don't see in the natural world what you're seeing in your head, it creates an argument. I wish to God one day he will give me the opportunity to stand on the stage and speak to entrepreneurs about this subject. And this is what destroys your Forex career. Because oftentimes you hear about indicators, charts, the Elliott wave theory, Fibonacci lines, you need to do this and do that. And not a single soul is talking about the trouble you're having at your home or within your own family unit, which is affecting your belief in what you're trying to do. Nobody's talking about it. It's like it doesn't exist. Although almost every person has to deal with it unless you're single. And the problem is, if you don't deal with this, even in your singleness, don't tune me out because, well, this don't fit me. I ain't got, hold on, whoa. Because when the day you do decide to bring somebody into your world, everything I'm talking about now is going to happen to you. But because you tuned me out, because you didn't see, look, I'm talking to your head, you talking with your eyes. I ain't got no woman, I ain't got no man, it's just me. One day that may change. And when you bring this person into your world, this critical topic is something you're going to have to deal with. So you might as well listen up now and get the tools on how to navigate around this critical situation before it becomes detrimental to your health. And not only to your, and I'm not talking about your physical health, I'm talking about your mental health, because that's where your dream lies, or what you see. It's in your head. It may not have manifested yet, but it's in your head. But people can kill that dream. So let's keep going. Let's get to it. And this is root cause. Now you need to start writing. I was setting you up, like that. No, I'm gonna leave it alone. That boxing match, Nate Robinson, bro, you got anyway. Stay focused, Pat. So I was setting you up to hit you. So I hope you got some family members on here, and people you've been arguing with about it. Get them on. It's not right or wrong. It's just truth. Because this is what it is to be an entrepreneur. You got to go through the gate of discouragement to become successful on the other side. That's part of the steps to success. And the ones who can discourage you the most are the ones closest to you, unfortunately. Isn't that a shame? But they have a legitimate reason why. So if you're the person listening in, you say, well, you trying to make me look like the bad guy. No, stick close, because I'm going to defend you too. And entrepreneurs, I'm going to step on your toes, so take your shoe off so I can crunch the right toe. I don't want to crunch all 10 of them, but I'm going to crunch about 5 of them. And I'm going to share with you why they feel the way they feel. But then you, as the person listening in, you need to be able to fix your perspective. Just because you don't see it don't mean that they're wrong, because they see it in their mind's eye. That's the way entrepreneurs are. We don't see it physically because we have to create it. So therefore we see it where? In our mind's eye. You're looking through the natural eye. So both are right, but can be wrong at the same time. Praise God. Let's go. So number one, here's number one of the root cause. Write this down, write this down, write this down. And please share this video. Number one, because their dreams did not work out. Now, this is some people. Because their dreams did not work out, their bitter experience causes them to disbelieve in your dream. Did you hear what I said? Now, if you're the family member, that doesn't mean that this is you. But we're going through a laundry list of the family members, and we're going to hit the laundry list of what the entrepreneurs are doing wrong as well. See, I'm going to get both you guys so that you guys can see from a neutral person the perspectives of why people are negative when it comes to this Forex career that you're trying to do, or any other entrepreneurship. So number one, sometimes some family members, not all, some family members tried to be entrepreneurs. They tried to do this and that. And because it didn't work out for them, they can't see how it's going to work out for you. Let me give you an example so that this is familiar to you guys. I was watching, and if you was in class on Tuesday and Wednesday, you already know, because I post the links to join the class on Tuesday and Wednesday about 30 minutes before class actually begins. And as you know, I oftentimes will play some things so that we can get our heads right. And you know that this week I had played the Forbes interview where Forbes had did a room a interview, and they interviewed Warren Buffett and Jay-Z at the same time. So Jay-Z was in the room with Warren Buffett at the same time, and the Forbes interviewer was interviewing both of them. So you know, because you heard what I played for you guys, that Jay-Z said. And he talked about how his uncle, see, family member, his own uncle, came and said, oh man, that rap thing ain't gonna turn into nothing. But like Jay-Z said, that's because of his personal experiences that didn't work out. He couldn't see with his natural eye what Jay-Z was seeing in his what? Mind's eye. And now Jay-Z is a household name, married to Beyonce, and everybody knows who he is. But if he would have listened to his uncle wasn't trying to discourage him because he didn't love him. His uncle was discouraging him because of his own personal experiences that didn't work out. So he could no longer see the vision that Jay-Z had. Is that not the same thing with some of you guys? You trying to convince a person who has lost their own dream and vision. They no longer believe. They're very cynical. They're very critical. May have been through divorces and all kinds of things because early on they had a very, very, very cheerful, I'm open-minded spirit. But because of what happened to them in life, it chewed away their excitement and thrill for fresh ideas of entrepreneurship. And here you come in the room talking about you want to start a Forex career. I want to start a restaurant. I want to start my own business. I want to do this and that. And they can't see it anymore because they heard what you said, but it's going through the filter of their experiences. And so the words you say come into one ear, gets filtered through their personal negative experiences, and it comes out their mouth as I don't support it. Or you guys type in number 2 in the box if you understand what I'm saying. This chat is on, so I can see the chats. I can't read every comment because it's going, when people talk, it just goes too fast. But I can see the numbers. I told you we're going and this is just the first one. We far from done. I told you my thrill is to teach and to train people on things I know you need to hear. You don't have to like me, but you're tuning in to me because you know if something in your gut, even if I don't like that brother telling some truth, undeniable truth. Because the Bible says the truth will set you free. And I'm giving you truth. Some of you guys, this is where your struggle is. You're talking to people who no longer have a belief system in entrepreneurship. And you're spinning your wheels trying to convince them that yours is going to work. But at the same time, because of their bias, somebody say bias. I see it, bias. I hope they say that. That's why I say I don't try to read the comments because I mess them up. But because of their negative background of them trying it and it didn't work out, they're conveying their filter into your dream. Oh, this is getting good, isn't it? This is getting real good, isn't it? I'm going to tell you some tools to fix all of this, but that's going to be at the end. I ain't giving it to you now. You're going to stay in. You're going to have to stay in here and listen to everything I got to say. So I'm not rushing, and neither should you, because I'm helping you to not destroy your family in the process of trying to build something. Let me give you guys a little fact. And I shared this with my class. I'll never forget, I was invited to come down to Dallas, Texas. And they had their Chamber of Commerce, the Dallas Chamber of Commerce one time, this was a couple of years ago, they had threw on a big entrepreneurial event. And they wanted me to come in as a guest speaker. And I went down there and I came in as a guest speaker. And because of my experiences with so many businesses, they had a room full of entrepreneurs. And what happened was that they thought that I was going to talk about, because I asked them, what do you do for it? What are you trying to do? And they said, oh, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. And by the time I got done talking to the room full of entrepreneurs, I brought one of the facts from my research. Now, it may have changed, now because it was a few years ago. But based on my last research on relationships, because I am a certified life coach as well, one of the things that you guys need to understand why this is one of the most important topics and why I'm begging you to listen to me all the way to the end is because during my research on relationships, do you know, everybody knows that very familiar topic of almost half or more of marriages end in divorce. We've all heard that before. But what you didn't hear is when you start looking statistically. Now, this was years ago, it could have changed. But when you look statistically at the highest number of divorcees out of that group, do you know, sitting right at the smack tippy top that was vying for number one was entrepreneurs. So out of the people who get divorced, if you break that down into numbers, the larger portion of people who was getting divorced were people who were entrepreneurs. And here you are trying to start a Forex career. And you wonder why this is one of the most important topics I can give you. You want me to talk about Forex structure and all this? I taught that in class this week. And like I said, got to testimony, man, I attended your class on market structure and and the way you do it. Man, I won 9 trades. I took 11 trades and won 9 out of 11. See, I can do that all day long. That's what you always get. But who's telling you how to save your family while you're trying to build a career? Who's helping you to stop all this arguing in your house while you're trying to build a business? Nobody, because people don't care. Just buy your product. I care about you. So let's keep going. Let's go to the next one. Number 2, opposites attract. Entrepreneurs, watch this. That old opposites attract. Watch how your Forex career is being impacted. Opposites attract. Entrepreneurs tend to date security first type of people. Did you hear what I said? Entrepreneurial type spirits tend to date their opposite, which means you're dating or married to or in family members with people who seek security first. See, entrepreneurs don't seek security first. They seek the adventure of creating something of their own, being their own boss. But then your opposite attract self attracted the opposite, and they don't care nothing about the venture and this and that. They're about security. And when you're starting a business, you know there's no security to it. Type amen in the box. You know I ain't lying. Type amen in the box. Come on now, put that in that chat. Type amen in the box. You know doggone well I'm telling the truth. They want security. You want your dream. And dreams don't come with security. I'm going to tell you how to fix this at the end. But again, I'm going to step on some toes before we get done. Because I got to bring you in before I can give you out what you need. I told you, pull that shoe on off. I got a couple of more steps. I'm going to step on a couple of more. You're going to have sore feet, but you're going to have a brilliant mind when you're done listening to me. Because I'm telling you truth. This is the problem. I have always been an anti-fan of that statement, opposites attract, because what attracts you to the person is the opposite. But the things that causes divorce and breakups is the things that are opposite. See, you don't break up over the things that you guys have in common. That's why when you people are on dates, they say, oh, we got so much in what? Common. So you date because of what's in common, but you break up over what is not in common. And for entrepreneurs and Forex traders and anybody trying to start a business, this is your Achilles heel. Are you connected to a person who's just not into that stuff? It's not to say they're wrong. It's not to say you're right. You're just what? Different. And you guys haven't had a proper conversation on how to navigate through that. I'm going to help you at the end. Don't worry about it. So if you're the person and you think I'm trying to step on your toes, no, I'm just starting with you. But I'm going to get on them entrepreneurs too, because they're doing some mistakes that's causing you to feel the way you feel. So just stick with me. Don't tune me out. I got you covered too. I just got to step on your toes first, because that's the people who tuning in. They're trying to be an entrepreneur. So I have to encourage them first, and then I'm going to get on them. See, there's a method to my madness, but we gonna step on everybody's toe. Everybody gonna walk away with sore feet, but a much lighter heart, because I'm gonna end a lot of this arguing in your house. Come on, let's keep going. Watch this. For opposite people, security first people, here's some of the questions they have in their head. And I wrote down here, what are they afraid of? Write this down, write this down, write this down, write this down. Are the bills going to be paid on time while you're trying to work on your dream? See, does your dream of becoming a Forex trader, starting a business or whatever, or is that going to threaten the fact that the bills still need to be paid when? On time. That's a valid point. See, you're arguing with them, but they have a valid point. So you're too busy trying to convince them that you're right to the negligence of you not understanding what their real concern is. So that's why I'm stating their concerns. So you can hear it from me, a neutral party, as to why they may not be supporting you. Now, we do talk about the ones who got their own heart broken when they was trying to be an entrepreneur. It didn't work out for them, so they're just flat out negative people. For those, stop talking to them. But for these, they have a valid point. And there's more. Let's keep going. Number 2, savings. Do you have enough savings? See, they're security first type people. So when you take care of what is bothering them, you have a far less amount of stress when you're trying to move forward with your entrepreneurial endeavor. See, I told you it's no right or wrong, it's just different. But because you guys are arguing, nobody is looking at each other's point of view, even though both sides are valid. Because entrepreneurs are the reason why people have jobs. Somebody came up with an idea or a dream and started a business, and that's how you became employed. So if it wasn't for the dreamers, this country would be nowhere. You wouldn't even have a job. I was telling my wife, I'm trying to work to be like Nikola Tesla. I mean, not Tesla, but not Jeff Bezos. What's that dude name who running Tesla and SpaceX and why is his name just slipped my mind? Jesus. But y'all know who I'm talking about. You know, I'm trying to be like that dude. Elon Musk. Thank y'all. Yeah, Elon Musk. I like that dude. I like that dude. If you go online and see a picture of PayPal, I never knew this. Do you know that he started PayPal? Little kid with muggly glass and this and that, just trying to do his thing. And he started PayPal. And then from PayPal, he went on to do the next thing. And then from PayPal, from which, by the way, PayPal manages some of our business. So if it wasn't for Elon Musk, our business functions wouldn't exist the way they are. Because it required a dreamer. It required an entrepreneur. So now thousands of people are employed at PayPal, or hundreds of thousands, whatever, because of him. But then he took further movement, and now you're seeing that I think he's the second richest person in the world because of Tesla, the car. And now he's also sending people into space because of SpaceX, Elon Musk. So do you see, we do need dreamers. So don't be the person with the knife in your hand stabbing the dreamer in the back. But at the same time, dreamer, you got to legitimize their concerns. See, one is not better than the other. It's just that nobody's talking to each other because each side think they're right. And therefore, you're not listening. But I'm going to give a solution at the end. Keep on going. So number 1, again, their concern as a security first person is, are the bills going to be paid on time while you're out there trying to do your dream? Number 2, how much savings do we have just in case of rainy day? Or are you using up the savings for the dream? Because when you do that, you threaten their what? Sense of security. And you're going to have a very hard time, Mr. and Mrs. Entrepreneur, convincing them that your dream is going to work because you're threatening what is important to them. Your dream is important to you, but their security is important to them. And one is not better than the other. They're just different. Let's keep going. Do they feel that you are putting your Forex career above them? I cannot tell you how important that is. One of the things I did when I was speaking at that event, I talked about the number of hours that an entrepreneur has to put in to get a business off the ground. And do you know, a lot of people saying, well, I just want to quit my job and trade Forex. That's fine. I created something to make it as easy as possible so you ain't spending all that time that I did, 12, 14 hours a day on the charts, 7 days a week. I was on a date with my wife, but yet I'm on my phone watching the market in the movie theater. So you got this movie playing, supposed to be enjoying, holding hands, eating popcorn and everything else. And I'm the only fool sitting in the corner with my phone lit up in the dark. Why? I'm staring at the charts. Don't act like I'm the only one. Type a number 7 in the box if you did that too. Maybe you wasn't on no date, but you was in church or you were somewhere where you wasn't even supposed to be thinking about no charts. And there you were. And then when you got home, you spent all weekend long marking up your charts. Come on now, I know I'm telling the truth. Y'all see them number 7s in the box? Yes, I turned the chats off after the video's on, but I got this on now. And y'all can see these. Y'all, I'm not alone. I know what I'm talking about. And you're spending all that time on them charts. Meanwhile, security-only people are feeling what? Neglected. You're threatening their sense of security with you. And it could be your kids. It could be your significant other. It could be brother or sister. See, it's not just in a relationship. It's whoever's connected to you. They no longer feel important to you. They feel like they're being replaced because you're always on them freaking charts. That's why in my group, no, take weekends off. Don't you dare sit there all day long. Ain't nothing to mark up. Y'all know how we get down. You know how we trade. Well, I ain't into all that marking up charts all weekend long. Don't ask me no freaking trading question on no Friday and Saturday. I ain't answering. I'm off. I'm done. I spent 4 to 5 years long, straight, 7 days a week, never took a freaking day off to try to get where I am. And you think now that I'm here, that I'm going to go back to that? Well, I got a trading question. You better ask me during class, because don't you bother me on the weekend when I'm with my wife. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to lose her to try to answer your question. If you think I'm rude, then just don't come. Being honest. Because I have to set a priority, and I'm teaching people to set a priority. You don't replace your family with your dream, or else you're going to lose them. And then what good is it to have a lot of money and nobody to share it with? You doggone right I'm on fire with this. I should have had, I wish to God that I could have been speaking to 1 million Forex traders right now. And now I know when I record, because I'm just turning the camera on and I'm there, but I know thousands are going to watch this later on over the next couple of weeks. I get it. But I really wish I could have access to 1 million people so I can share this. And not just Forex traders. If you trade stocks, if you trade options, if you, whatever, because it's always the same thing for us entrepreneurs. We're investing so much time trying to build our dream to the negligence of the time that we should be building a family as well. So the tough part is, entrepreneurs, is how do you juggle all of this? You may have a job, you may have a family or whatever, kids or whatever, but then you also got your dream. And all of them are vying for your attention at the same time. Now, the problem is, entrepreneurs, is that most entrepreneurs juggle their time wrong. And you put too much on one versus the other. So if you're connected to a security only type of person, what do you think they're feeling? They're feeling insecure. They feel like you're cheating on them, and not with another person, but with your own dream. Because you're spending so much time cooped up on them charts. Because you and I both know when you're trading in the markets and you're on them charts, there's nobody around you. It's just you and them charts. And therefore, they're excluded. And then you come out from the room talking about, hey, and they're already pissed. They're like, oh yeah, you know, and you think they want to hear anything about trading after they felt neglected for days, weeks, and hours upon end. And you think they're going to be excited about your Forex career? Oh God, I know I'm telling the truth. That's why I created Simplicity. Because I wanted to create some software. What you see it behind me. I simply was trying to create something so that you guys would not lose your family while trying to make money. See, you're making something, but you're losing on the other end. Wow. And we have a lot of Forex women who's trading as well, by the way. So ladies, don't just tune it out because you think, oh, he's talking about the guys. No, y'all too. Because a lot of women are trying to be self-sufficient and this and that. I don't need him for that. I gotta make my own money. That's fine. But does he feel insecure because of you and how you making your money? Because when you make a man feel like he's not needed, he goes somewhere where he feels needed. Oh, I'm just stepping on something, Jesus. I'm gonna, oh, you ain't gonna like me for that one, Jesus. They ain't gonna like me because I said that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. The truth will what? Set you free. Stop making people feel like they're not important, but then you turn right back around and want them to bless your vision and your dream. You better stop it. Let's keep going. Oh, we got some more. Number 2, money management is a big one. Not in Forex, but in your home. I'll move a little bit quicker. Watch this. Take notes. Write this down. Write this down. Are you making sure that all the bills are being taken care of? Watch this. Are you making sure that all the bills are being taken care of from a source that is consistent? We're talking about your trading versus a job. How many of you guys are out there saying, man, I don't want to work no job, man. I'm finna quit my job and become a full Forex trader? I don't think that's very wise. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Remember, opposites attract. You're the entrepreneur. That instantly threatens who? The other person's sense of security. Let me tell you what I did. Never forget. I didn't really have to do it in the first place. It was, when you learn Forex and didn't realize, like I've been telling people for long, so when you finally figure out Forex, you realize majority of Forex traders are on the charts far too much, and it's not even necessary. There are certain times and windows, which I teach in my classes, where you only need to be on the charts a few minutes a day. And then after that, you got your whole day left. But I'll never forget this company I was working at. And some of my students know me because they work with me at this company. They know me. They know me. They saw me do it. And I know I was trading, and then I'll, making some money over here, several thousands of dollars here. And I mean, hey, I ain't gonna miss out on money, especially when you ain't nothing else to do. I'm bored. All right, well, let me go do this and make some more money. So some of these people work with me when I was at that place. I retired myself again because when I said I had enough, I walked away. But here's the reason. I'll never forget. I had 2 managers at that job. And I remember the company had made some changes to their policies that I personally didn't like. And what I did was, I walked into the office right after they had this big, gigantic corporate meeting. I walked into the office. Some of y'all work with me. You know I ain't lying. You was there the day I did it. You was there the day I did it. So boo-hoo to anybody who thinks I'm lying. I got proof. People in my group, they saw me do it. I walked into that manager's office, and the second manager walked in, and they were sitting up there. Oh, man, you work so good. We love you, man, and da-da-da. Why are you leaving? Here's what I told them. I didn't say nothing because the more I kept saying, man, I think this is it. I'm just done, man. I don't need to be. They weren't hearing me. They wanted me to stay. So what I did was I pulled out my cell phone and showed them some live trades. And when they saw how much money I made on my trading, they stopped talking. They said, man, congratulations, and we wish you well. So they couldn't debate with me because I showed them live proof. And some of you guys know the day that I walked out and left and never came back. And I haven't worked since because what's the point? The point is that for my spouse, though, if I was in your shoes, and I'm going to give an early tip on this one. If I was in your shoes, notice this, humble yourself. It's nothing wrong with working a job while you're trying to work on your career, because at least the person who is seeking security, what they're seeking is to make sure the bills are being paid on time and you're not threatening their security, because your dream is important to you, but their security is important to them. Are you willing to sit there and sit tight and build your dream on the side while you're taking care of your responsibilities? And that's where you're making your mistake. You're talking about quitting your job during the COVID thing. So they're already feeling insecure. And now here you come talking about you going to build your dream now and quit your job. That's not a wise thing to do. And I'm going to tell you another reason why. Because it's not wise to do it, because now when you're trading in the markets, every trade better be a winner to you. Although we all know who've been trading for a long time, you're going to win the majority of your trades, but you're going to lose a few of them. But for you, because you put pressure on yourself because you have no other income, all you got is this Forex trading. Therefore, you're the person who's always over trading. And when it doesn't work out, what do you say? Oh, man, these people are scammers. No, you were just a fool. You were just a fool. You shouldn't have did that. So for a person who needs security, long as you got the job and you're paying the bills on time, half the time they don't really care because you're not threatening the sense of security, especially if you got little kids. What if you're wrong? What if you make, what if? See, you don't consider the what if because you're chasing the dream, but you don't consider the what if. What if? And then your kids are on the streets. That's what they're thinking. Meanwhile, you're thinking, oh, they just don't want to support me. It's not that they don't want to support you. It's that they want to support you, but make sure that they're supported. Do you get that, entrepreneurs? Let's keep going. Are you, oh, this one gonna hurt your feet. Take your shoe off. Here we go. Are you a disciplined person? Watch this, Forex traders. Are you a disciplined person? If you're not disciplined now, attempting to make money in Forex will turn you into a market junkie and not a Forex investor. That's why you're always on the charts. You're addicted to Forex now. I call it in class market addiction. You're addicted. And your family sees this. And the problem is that, again, if you're not a disciplined person now, here you come talking about building a dream. Okay, let's keep going. We're almost done. Are you a promise keeper? Oh, this is going to be huge. Oh, you want to listen to this one. Watch this. Are you a promise keeper? Are you trustworthy in your family's eyes? If not, no wonder they do not back you up on a Forex trading career. Build trust with your family before attempting to build a Forex career and demanding support. Watch this. Do you have a history of starting and stopping something you said will work? In the past, how many other entrepreneurial endeavors have you started and stopped? Started and stopped. It's like you're starting and stopping something every week. And you wonder why they're not giving you the support that you need? Do you have a history of not keeping your word and promises? You said that you was going, okay, y'all, I'm going to be off these charts in 5 minutes. 2 hours later, you still sitting at your desk. Wait a minute, what did you tell them? Did you tell them that you was going to be done in the next 5 minutes? If you say you're going to be done in the next 5 minutes, then be done. Because if not, that just makes you a liar. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Be a person of integrity, because that's the first thing. You got to win people's trust. Now, on the flip side, security only person, once they have proven to you that they have built trust, stop deflating their dream. You don't have to agree with what they do, but that don't mean you have to burst everybody's bubble. Here's some simple solutions. Only trade. Here's one of the rules every time I do a class. Here's one of my statements. Trade with disposable income. Did you hear what I said? Trade with what? Disposable income. Disposable income is money that is disposable. It's just really that. It's a technical name of saying, if you have paid all the bills and everything is done, and you have about $50 left over, then put the $50 in and do your thing. Why? Because still nobody care. It's your money. Hey, you set aside a pleasure budget of just $50, $100, whatever you can afford without losing your family. Therefore, ain't nobody debating. If you win, you lose. It's not that big of a deal, you know. And what you're going to find is that your trading career is going to blossom a lot better, because when you do place trades, you don't have so much pressure on you for every trade to be a winner, because it was disposable. Now, the Forex trading game or any kind of entrepreneurial business, it becomes a lot more fun to play. because you don't have the pressure on you of trying to prove that you're right on every trade. And they can't say nothing because you can come back and say, hey, I paid all the bills. Bills are paid, lights are on. Y'all done sat there and put food in your stomach. So go sit your plump stomachs down somewhere and leave me be, because I took care of responsibility. Now, don't say it to them like that, of course. But don't say it to them like that, because that's going to start another argument. But the point is, you can show them that, hey, I took care of my responsibilities. Now I'm just using disposable income to build my own dream. That's what I did all along the way, ever since I was young. I've always paid the bills first, even if I had to work, so that nobody would feel threatened by my dream. And therefore, I won them over. And when the money started coming in and I walked myself off the job, there was nothing anybody could say except for congratulations, good job. Why? Because I did the things right. I didn't put the cart before the horse. I took care of my responsibilities, built my dream, and when I was ready to leave something, I was ready to go. And nobody said anything because I had built up such a big nest egg from my dream that my income from my dream exceeded the income they were paying me at these jobs. So if I worked at a job, or even now, if I work at a job, it's because it's a hobby, not because I need it. So I can walk myself in and out of anything I want because I can afford to do so without threatening my family. But if you're not in that position right now, humble yourself, take a job, pay them bills, and whatever you left over, even if you do overtime to try to finance your dream, they can't argue with you about it, because why? I took care of your feelings of security first. I make sure, hey, I love you. And see, you ain't got to be negative. I take care of the bills. What you argue? No, just be calm. Hey, here's how I'm going to work it. And that's part of communication. Communicate with them what your plan is. Here's what my dream is, but here's how I'm going to go about it. I'm not going to stop working. I'm not going to do this and that because I want to make sure you guys are taken care of. But on the back end, when I have a few extra dollars, are we cool with me investing and trying this and that? And you'll find that they'll support you because what did you do first? And that's what I'm trying to get you to do. Get out of what's important to you and get into helping them to understand what you're working on. You just made them feel like they were important. You recognize what their need was. I need to feel secure. I need to know that everything's going to be all right. And once that happens and they see that you're consistent, man, they back you up. Arguments are done. There's no argument because they respect what you're doing. And at that point, whether it work out or don't work out, they're not feeling pressure and neither are you. So now when you are working on your dream, you can really work on it without the pressure of trying to prove yourself to the naysayers. Let's go. Here's another one. Ask and support their dreams before demanding support for your own. We're almost done here. One of the things I did with my wife, number one, I told you guys, I always made sure I had a huge nest egg of money so that any business that I'm working on something new now. And one of the things I'm always doing, hear me good, you don't have to like me, but I'm telling you the truth. I'm working on something now. But one of the things I do every day is I check my accounts because I want to make sure there's a certain amount of money in there before I buy me anything new, before I splurge on anything, before I want to build another business. I'm always making sure that there's enough money in there, and I communicate that to my wife so that she knows that while I'm working on this here, here's what we got in these accounts. And she has access to them. I don't hide it from her. She has total access to the accounts, to everything. And she does her own thing. See, my dream was to trade in the markets and do these. That wasn't her dream. She had her own. And so while she's working on what she wants to do, how do I know she had her own dream? Because I asked her. Some of you guys are demanding people to support your dream and you never asked them what was theirs. So you're demanding total allegiance to you without considering that they may have dreams and feelings too. Entrepreneur, you thinking that they're not entrepreneurial. No, you just never asked them. So when my wife told me that she wanted to work on being an author and writing books and this and that, okay, I knew what I had to do. So I bust my butt. I did what I had to do to make sure there was enough finances in the pot. So while I'm building my dreams, there was enough in the pot for her to build her dreams, and the bills were still being paid on time. Do you see how I don't exclude? I include. Let me say that again. I don't exclude, I include. And when I'm building a business, and you should know this, when you're building a business, you have to look at all aspects of the business. Who's my competition? What would marketing look like? What would this and that? See, you look at everything for your business, but when it comes to the people surrounding you, you have no consideration of them. And you wonder why they don't support you. You never asked them. What was their dream? And what it did for me, it provided fuel. Because when she told me what her dream was, I wanted to work even harder so that I can show her from my dream, I ended up supporting yours. And when she sees that I'm working and busting my butt on my dream so that she will be the recipient, do you see how I got my support? Do you see that? Because I put her dream as my target of achievement. So it wasn't about me failing in my business and this is what I want to do. No, you're going to be the recipient of this blessing if I get it. And I did. I wasn't no liar. I retired my wife from her job. She works if she wants to. If she don't want to work, she ain't got to do a doggone thing. Whatever she wakes up and want to do with her life, that was my responsibility. To give her the freedom to choose the life she wants. That's a gift. But I had to bust my butt doing it. And it didn't matter whether I had to work a job, do this, do that, whatever it took. And as a result, she never debates with me when I say, babe, I'm working on something. I told her this the other day. I said, babe, I'm working on something because I gotta keep building more and more businesses because I want to be like Elon Musk. And I told her the story of Elon Musk. I told her. I said, man, he's amazing. That dude started PayPal and then he went from PayPal to Tesla and now he's doing SpaceX. I said, man, this is just freaking amazing. Now we know about Jeff Bezos, which he's the richest man in the world. And I get that, but he only has one business. Now, again, from that business, it flourished into other things. But I like Elon Musk because he has all these separate companies that he started. Warren Buffett is a rich man, but he buys companies that was already established. He started Berkshire Hathaway, one company, and now he buys other ones that's established. That's cool, and I respect that. But I like the people who created something from nothing. That's just my get down. And so I've already started a couple of things. I want to start something else now. And do you think she's arguing with me about it? No. Because I handled my business. I made her feel secure. And in her watching me, it inspired her to now start dreaming to become an entrepreneur, even though she originally wasn't. She's a security first person. But because of how she saw me handling my business in the right way, now she's considering entrepreneurship and dreams. Because she's saying, wow, I see how that works. So you can flip the person who's negative against you. A matter of fact, that drunk uncle who keeps saying your stuff ain't gonna work because it ain't work for him, you can flip him around when he sees you handling it right, because what has happened, he's gonna see where he made his mistake. See, a lot of your naysayers, they just tried it on their own with no real education, no studying, no putting in the work, no consideration of other people's feelings and the things that I'm telling you about. But when they see you do it right, you can be the inspiration for them. You know how many people didn't believe in me in the beginning? Who now contacts me saying, hey man, I like what you're doing and I want to be a part. And these are the same people who didn't believe in me at first. But then when they saw where I live, they see the cars I drive, they see how the lifestyle I got, all of a sudden now, some people turned around. See, the very naysayers, I've turned into supporters. And I ain't argue with them. I just kept on about my business. Because I seen in my head what I wanted, what I was looking out their eye, what they couldn't see. And let me tell you one more thing, and we're done. Well, let me give you this one, then I'll tell you this last one. Invite them to look at what you're working on. Don't be sneaky. Now, again, they may not even be interested. My wife is not even interested in trading. She has her own dreams. I don't care whether she wants to trade like me. I don't opposites attract. She wants to write books. She wants to be an inspiration. She works with people and encourage people in foreign countries. That's her thing. She likes to inspire and give them courage and hope in foreign countries. Let me give you an example. Warren Buffett's first wife. They were different. He made the money and she spent it on helping people who are struggling. So to say, oh, he must not be a successful Forex trader because his wife don't do it, she ain't supposed to. She has her own dreams. That's my whole point. I don't want her to be me. I want her to be who God created her to be. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And you won't know that if you never ask them. You're demanding that they support your Forex or whatever career you're trying to start, but you never ask them about their own dreams. And that's why they felt secluded and X'd out from their own dreams, because you're demanding full 100% support of yours. But at the same time, let me say this and I'll close. Once you actually do make it, you're going to find one more thing happens. People who don't know you. Watch this. This is very cool. It ain't, but it is. Once you do make it, then people who don't even know you are going to come in and start saying you're not real. So what I'm trying to share with you, you know how many people call me a scammer? I come here every week doing free videos. I do them from my backyard. You clearly see I live on the lake. You see, I don't show my stuff off a lot because, again, it's not about how much I have. Who are you that I have to prove myself to you? What benefit is it to me to show my accounts? Now, we do have a holiday program. I showed you one of our accountants because we do have bookkeepers and accountants because we're a legal company with the government. And I showed you how much we've donated from the bookkeepers' books, not from my own, from the bookkeepers. And that was just one source. That ain't even all of it. Look at the holiday video for your discount. Once you go through that video, you'll see thousands of dollars. And I had to beef that up because we didn't give away enough money. And they're still going to come back and call you a scammer. They're still going to call names and they don't even know you. So the point is, entrepreneurs, whether you win or lose, there's always going to be somebody who's going to talk bad about you. So you can't stop building your dream because of what the critics say. But there's a certain way you handle certain critics, and there's others that you just like, who are you anyway? These internet people, I don't even know you. Who are you? Where was you when I was crying and broke? Where was you when I was at my computer, didn't know what was going on? And now you talking to me as if you know me? You don't even know me, fool. And I look at it like this. You weren't there having a conversation when I was trying to start out. So why would I consider trying to prove myself, show your bank account, show you this and that? For what? Who are you? And the very thing you're demanding of me, now that I made it, you ain't willing to provide it yourself. Where's your bank accounts? Where's your live account? Well, show me your live account. Show me this. Who are you? See, so what I'm telling you, entrepreneurs, this is going to come with the territory. It comes with the territory. The goal is for you to get your head together on how to handle it. People say, oh, you know what, I get criticized. One dude sat there trying to criticize me. Well, you must be fake because you don't have the comments turned on your videos. Why? For you to come in and try to talk stupid and try to tear up the work that I'm doing, the years that I put in? And now I'm supposed to turn on the comments so your stupid self who don't even know me can sit there and talk like, man, please, you lost your doggone mind. If you don't like my videos, you don't like me doing this and that, then why are you here? See, I don't put up with the foolery. Because when I had this conversation with my wife and I was trying to build my dream, where were you? How much money did you invest into me to help me build my dream? And now all of a sudden I'm supposed to be caring about what you got to say about me? Entrepreneurs, you better hear everything I'm saying. And I teach this in my classes. I don't only want you guys to learn Forex charts from me. I want you to learn the whole perspective of how to think as a successful person, because it's far more than just trading charts. Because once you finally do make it to the other side, this is what you're going to face too. You're still going to face critics. So what I'm saying is, from the beginning to the end, criticism is going to be part of your journey. So you can't stop because of that. But you do learn how to deal with certain people. With my wife, I'm very gentle. With my kids, very gentle. But with fools who are out there on the internet, man, please, I will roast your behind. Who are you? They're always demanding proof of something that they can't provide. Where's your proof? Because if you were so big, why are you even fooling and looking at my videos? See, Warren Buffett doesn't look at my videos. Why? He's a billionaire. We'd be honored if he did look at them. George Soros, worth $8 billion in Forex, but he gave away $35 billion. So you put 8 plus 35 billion. The best Forex trader in the world, and they talk about him. See, so it doesn't matter. You think Warren Buffett is watching my videos? Of course not. He's too busy dreaming and building his own dream. And that's the point. Don't get dragged down because of what other people are saying about you. Well, they said this about me, I said that about me, and they hurt my... You better get over it. You better get over it. Prioritize those who need to be prioritized and address their concerns, but the other ones, kiss both my butt cheeks. I'm so for real about that. When I went from multimillionaire and lost everything, where were you? And now that I built myself back up again, I'm supposed to pull out my bank account statements, pull out all my statements, and post all my personal business online to impress you? For what? What do I get in return for proving my life to you? See, entrepreneurs, you see how I'm thinking? I'm very gentle with the family, but with the public, man, please. I heard Oprah Winfrey, and I was watching her and Joel Osteen do a video today, and I'll close out with this. I was watching them on. She's a billionaire. You know what she said? She said she had to learn to stop reading social media comments. Because if you listen to social media comments, people who are observers of your life will talk like they know you. And what that will do, it will kill your dream in you. Because you're getting your sense of value from what other people are saying. So for me, I don't do social media. Because I don't need to judge myself and what I built out of my own tears to get inspiration that I'm doing okay from people I don't even know. You don't want to support me. You don't want to spend the money to join our classes so I can teach you properly how to trade Forex. But because of your poor Forex performance and you not willing to invest into education and discipline, all of a sudden you became an expert on me. Well, he must not be real. Why? Because you like that drunk uncle. You just like that drunk uncle. Because it didn't work out for you, it must not work out for anybody. And anybody who comes on here saying that it actually worked out for them, everybody is a scam. Now, am I saying they're not scammers? Of course they're scammers. They're trying to come into our group. And we pure blocking them. Trying to access our group. No, we block you. You ain't about crap. So I know they're there. But not everybody is scammers. So for you guys who's climbing the ladder, I'm teaching you how to address the concerns of negative family members and sometimes friends and your social media group. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened. I'm here. So I'm gonna let you guys go and enjoy your weekend. I love you guys. Hopefully this video was very helpful to you. If it wasn't, I understand, it's cool. But if it was helpful to you, I'm begging you, please share with others so that they will be able to understand what it takes to be successful in this business. And now you understand it's not always about the charts and the indicators and the this and that. Sometimes your challenge is going to come from things that you won't see on your screen. It's going to come from the people who's connected to you. Okay. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you guys. If you're in my group, I'll see you happily. I can't wait for class on Tuesday. Okay, we're going to talk more about market structure, price action, and all these different things. We're going to do some more of that so that you guys can continue to see the proper 4 steps it takes when you're considering taking a trade. Okay, there's 4 steps that we do, and they're very quick and simple. I did it last week, and that's why one gentleman, as he said in the beginning, Joe, and I'll just say Joe C, you know your name if you're watching this, Joe C said that, man, I attended this class on market structure, and he went and won 9, he took 11 trades and won 9 out of the 11. So I'll be teaching more on that this week, okay? But I had to stop for a moment and get away from the charts and talk about how to deal with negative family members or friends and your critics. Okay, you guys, peace and hair grease. Have a good one.